I know I've said in a few videos talking about training camp how we shouldn't overreact to how it is and everything, and how certain players take that training camp to the next level and actually boosts their play going into the season. And then for some others, training camp can be just a whole bust scenario, how they could be good in one scheme, but when the NFL games are actually on, they disappear. But I think for this player that you see from the title can actually be something. He's got received high praise from a lot of teammates, and one of them are including Xavier Rhodes, the corner, 6'5" talent, wide receiver, 7th round pick. Mike Strachan can definitely be a gem for the Indianapolis Colts in the future. And I say that because he's special talent, man. He is a special talent. This dude is really 6'5" and can go get the jump ball. And just watching him in training camp on the 101 drills and the 11 on 11s it's just astonishing. It really is. Now, I'm not going to say he's the next big thing or he's just the go-to guy, but I think he can have a very good impact on the roster, and I think he deserves a roster spot. I think he's proved his point so far that he can definitely go out there and put up some numbers. Now, of course, the preseason isn't here yet, so that's not saying much. But I think he can definitely go into the roster and definitely put up some type of numbers, and he can really be reliable in certain situations. Having him lined up next to a Paris Campbell, a Pascal, and a Michael Pittman Jr. in the future is definitely one of those things that I will look forward to watching. You have two wide receivers that's over 6'2". Yeah, I mean, I would definitely love to have that on the roster, man. But him filling in when T.Y. Hilton's all said and done, I think he's just going to be a very good plug-in player for the scheme that we're running into the future. I think he deserves the roster spot right now as of today. I don't even need to see preseason work because I just know he can be a dog whenever the ball's thrown to him. Just as simple as that. Like I said, we have a good wide receiver core. This core has promise, man. Especially if Paris Campbell can stay healthy. This wide receiver core can be one of the best. Now, a lot of people, they go on the blogs and say who has the best wide receiver duo, who has the best wide receiver trio. Hey, who's even the best wide receiver in the NFL? But I don't think they really look at a legit wide receiver roster like from 1 to 5. They really don't look that far. I think the Colts can be one of those teams that have that. Like I say these names, and I think we could really have the potential to do that. Now, of course, the next argument can go into, well, you're going to have a quarterback to throw the football to them, Marcus. I understand that. We have Jacob Eason and Sam Ehlinger right now at the moment. Carson Wentz is currently inactive, but he will be active soon. But I think Eason could be the guy that can throw the football up there to them. When the offensive line gets back to normal, I think that'll make any quarterback look solid. Just as simple as that. Especially adding Eric Fisher going into the rest of the season, I think the offensive line can make any quarterback look solid in the backfield. It's just as simple as that, not being biased or claiming how great they really are. But I think our protection is definitely top 5. I think anybody could attest to that. So I think a quarterback with any type of arm strength could really produce. I mean, hey, look at Phillip Rivers. He had the least sacks that he's ever had in his career. And he was almost 40, like almost 50. Almost 50. Pretty much playing back there at quarterback, had the least amount of sacks in his career with the Indianapolis Colts last season. And now you're talking about adding a young quarterback to that protection when they are fully healthy. I think we can have a lot of potential going into next season. Now, does this mark Super Bowl? Maybe not. But this could mark a playoff contention for sure. Being as though that the season's about to start and nobody knows what's going to happen. Now, of course, you have your sold-out teams no matter if they're healthy or not. You have your teams that's going to make the playoffs no matter what. But I think the Colts could have the potential to do so with no matter what quarterback it is. It's not going to be perfect, but I think we can definitely get it done. And I think having Mike Strachan on the roster for certain scenarios, he can definitely get it done. I think his talent doesn't go as far-fetched as it should. Like I said, 6'5", can route run and can catch the football. He can definitely be the Colts, the Colts draft pick, one of those special draft picks that went under the radar. And of course, a few years back, Darius Leonard, he was one of those guys. They had a lot of people ahead of him, but he happens to be one of the best linebackers in the NFL now. Of course, we got Kwity Paye coming out of this draft as well, but I think Mike Strachan for the offensive side can definitely be a very special gem for the Colts. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section about Mike Strachan. How good do you think he can be? Let me know his potential, his ceiling. Does he deserve a roster spot? That's the main question. But let me know your thoughts about him in the comment section. And this is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shock.